All right, guys, we're going to show you guys how to get the 25th and final mega token in the game Fish as a part of the Hunt Mega Edition. So first thing you're going to do in this island where we spawn, we're going to go up and we're going to talk to an NPC, and he's basically going to say, hey, go bring me a token. All right, so here he is up here. We're going to interact with him. So yeah, just talk to this guy, and he says, hey man, I've got some energy for a mega token around here. And then he's gonna tell you to bring him a token. So you say, yes, of course I'm gonna do that. So what we need to do is get a boat. So you can follow where I go to the front of the island, and there's a merchant where you can get boats and you can purchase them. If you don't have any money in the game, if you've never played it before, you can just look online for some codes to get some free money in the game. And I think you also might have to get to level 5 in order to get like the first one. But if I think there's an event going on right now, and if you just enter the codes, like I was able to just purchase a it was like a lucky pot of gold from him like right away. So we're just gonna go and spawn that, and then we're gonna hop into our little boat, which in my case is a lucky pot of gold. So what we need to do now is find Terrapin Island. So when you go out in the water, you're going to see the names of islands that you're close to. So the name of the one that you're looking for is Terrapin. I've sped this up a little bit. Now we can see it right there, Terrapin Island. So it's back there over by Snow Island and all that stuff. So around the other side of Terrapin Island, you can see over here, we're going to find this ramp and go up to this area. Now you see a big door right there with a big key in it, and you see all these pillars with the 3 different stones on top of them. All you have to do is go and rearrange these stones until they're all turning green. So pretty easy. You just have to have, I think, the triangles facing the same direction in this one, and then on the second side over here there's another one, and you just have to have the it looks sort of like a target or a stop sign. Have those ones facing the proper direction, and then we're going to go over to this one, and the next symbol is the moon is what we're looking at. So I was trying to get rid of some of that stuff at the top, but I couldn't get rid of it off the screen. Anyways, I'm just going to leave it up there. So now we've got the moon facing the proper direction for all of these, and this is going to give us a little cutscene over there. You see that door rolling, and then we go inside there, and we are in this room right here. So from this room in the back over down here to the left, we're gonna go into that little room, and then it's just a quick little cutscene here with your player kind of falling down some sort of ledge. But when you fall down this ledge, we've got this thing that we've got to do, and we are timed in it. So getting through this maze, I don't get through it right away, but you can see it doesn't take me very long. So if you follow in where I go in the maze, you will actually, get there. But yeah, I do run into a couple of dead ends. So we'll be back here when we make it to the end of this maze. All right, here we are. We have made it to the end of the maze. So before we start messing with any of that stuff or doing any of our fishing, we're going to take a right. And there's I don't know if I'd even really call it an obby. There's just a couple things that you got to jump over to get to the back and talk to this little Cthulhu character. So Cthulhu back here is going to have a song for you. So you're going to go and listen, and it's 8 notes. So you're going to press the E to interact with it and listen. Now I recommend record it or use your phone and record it, whatever. Write down the order of these notes, draw them in order. There is a total of 8 of them, and they've got different symbols of musical notes. Some of them are full notes, half notes, like quarter notes. We've got a bass clef. We've got all sorts of different notes in there, but just write those down in the order 1 through 8, okay? Because it's very important that you remember exactly which order those go into. So now what we're going to do is go over to this little lake over here, and we've got to equip our flimsy rod. So we're going to go over into our rods, and we're going to equip our flimsy rod to use on this one. So I think they're trying to make it as beginner friendly as possible. And then you see the door in the back there. There's a door back there, and there's slots, but also above that door there's a timer that's counting down. So you got to make sure you do this before the timer finishes up. And I still had like 3 minutes to spare, so if you're just kind of like doing this, like watch this video before you go in there, and then you'll be able to get it. So basically what you need to do is go through here and catch 8 fish. And I'm sure you've played the game, you've played a little bit of catching of the fish. You just need to get 8 of them out of this little pond with the flimsy rod, and just keep track of how many you got. Or if you want, you can get one at a time, and then you can check the note for it, and then you can put it in the slot. Whichever way you want to do it, it's really up to you. So each of these fish that are coming out of this pond, you can go up to that little wall behind it, and you can tell which note the fish actually stands for. Now, I don't know if this means that the fish itself is singing or whatever, how like there's a musical note associated with a fish. I have no idea whatsoever. But yeah, just keep going through. We're actually speeding this up a little bit. If you have like really good bait, that might be helpful for you. But basically what you want to do is go and equip the fish that you caught, and you go up to this thing, and if you press E, if it's red, then it's not the right fish. It's not a fish out of this thing. It's one of your old fish. So this will actually be easier for you if you just kind of clear out your inventory of the fish. Sell all the fish you got before you come in here. But when you use a fish that you've caught in this lake, you will go up to that thing, and it will give you a symbol. So this for me was the last symbol of the notes that I got from Cthulhu around that corner there. So that was the 8th note. So I'm going to go put that fish in the 8th slot over there. So now I'm going to come and do that with every single fish that I've got and caught out of here. So at this point, I've got 5 fish. I've listened to the notes for 2 of them now. We've got 1 of them in the slots. We're going to put these 5 in there, and then we're going to go and we're going to fish for 3 more, and then we're going to come back and look at those. So we're just going through the same process here, just remembering the order of the notes, looking at the notes that are associated with the fish, and then put the fish in the correct numbered slot in the door behind you. And of course you got to make sure you do it before the timer runs out. So we're just gonna be right back here to you after we've got the mega token. Okay, so we've got the final fish in there. The door is opening, and on the other side of the door, we've got our mega token. So after you grab this, make sure you go back to like the main island and talk to that NPC again. And you gotta bring the mega token back to him. But then after that, you'll get the badge. So if you're new here, though, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.